To select stitches, you will use a couple different buttons here. You have your basic stitches right here on the keypad. So if you want to zigzag, all you have to do is select stitch number 5. For a straight stitch, stitch number 1. When you turn on the machine, you are set up for a straight stitch. Now, a couple things on the screen. You have a woven medium fabric, or depending on which fabric you have selected, let's make sure that you are on the B setting down in the sewing advisor. We'll go into that a little bit further, but this will get us all on the same page. As you pick a different stitch along here, it will show you we're in row 1, stitch 2, row 1, stitch 3, and so forth. So as we go through here, you can always see which stitch number that you have selected. Now eventually you get to the stitches where you want to go up here for selecting. Notice right here, these are indicating stitches kind of 1 through 9 and 0 for the keypad. But when you want to go into the rows, see this picture here? This is your stitch menu button. Get used to using it. A lot of people go, well, how do I get to those stitches? And all I have to do is look up here. That stitch menu button will pull up row 1, which are the utility stitches, arrow to the side. Row 2 are the quilting stitches. And I always know that's the quilting stitch because look, the very first stitch is a 1/4 inch stitch. It actually moves the needle to the 1/4 inch needle position so you can use a standard foot and it works out perfectly. So, and then to arrow again, row 3 are decorative stitches, and then row 4 also are decorative stitches. So if you want to stitch from say row 3, we'll just arrow back, we're on row 3, and then if we want stitch number 20, for example, we're going to touch the keypad and go 2, 0. Now you have to do that fairly quickly, because if you just do 2 and 0, you actually get 0. You get a buttonhole, which is what it thought you wanted. So you just make sure that you are pushing the buttons fairly quickly. Now if you still are in row 3 and you now need another stitch, say 31, you can just push 31. You don't have to go to the stitch menu button. But if you're here and you want to go back to row 1 and pick stitch number 16, for example, 1, 6, you can see that you have selected that correct stitch by it telling you row 1, stitch number 16. Now, we also can adjust any of these stitches we have selected by length and by width. So plus would make it longer. And notice that when we start to change these settings, the number goes from a regular number to a highlighted number. So if it's highlighted, that means you have changed off the default setting. Now to get back to the default setting, you can just select a different stitch and then come back to this stitch, or if you just reselect, like I'm on stitch number 16, if I just reselect stitch number 16, it will clear it out. So you don't have to like go back and try to find where the default setting is. Just reselect the stitch. Turning off the machine will also make the machine go back to the default setting. If you just want to go back to stitch 1, touch stitch 1. That's as easy it is to get around your machine. So remember the basic keypads, and then your stitch menu button is the one that will take you to be able to change from row 1, 2, 3, or 4. So here we go. If we want something from row 4, how about stitch 13? Stitch 1, 3, quickly. There's the stitch and it's ready to sew. It will tell you which foot to put on the needle according to the fabric you've selected. This picture indicates that you want stabilizer underneath for this decorative stitch as well. So we'll start getting into the other functions and things you can do with these great stitches throughout your machine. But for right now, I need to get back to a straight stitch. All we have to do is touch stitch number 1.